Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. No wasting time, we're right into it. It's the pistol. It's going to be Bpro on the T side, Sprout on the CT side. It's going to be Kevlar all across the board. And, well, Sprout need to hit the headshots coming in from that big series. They'll be happy with a win, but it's not going to be easy for them. Headshots come through, kills come through, and it's all on Denislaw.
Yeah, all on Denislaw early on. He was able to play a pretty big part on both Train and Nuke initially, but this might be a little bit too much of a task for him as well. Gets charged from all angles, and Sprout are going to go away with an opening pistol. And again, we talked about it as we came towards the later stages of Nuke, what this could do to a team. Obviously, Bpro being up 13-2 on Nuke. Whether or not that's going to be something they can handle or not. Obviously, for a young, inexperienced team, it might be in a situation where you expect yourself to be able to close out the game. Obviously, that didn't quite pan out for them. So hopefully, they've been able to reset mentally before they get going with this one.
Well, Kito will take away Raf2. Filtrax able to get one, and well, Sirsen's having a field day. He'll take that one as well, and the USP deals with it well inside of middle and rocking the last man standing, slithering through Palace. And well, this might just be the first time Bpro haven't had a good start coming into a match.
Yeah, I mean, it's first time in quite some while, and about the 19th time we've seen Sirsen on 1 HP.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, this is the time where Bpro need to have that good start.
Yeah.
After sort of being mentally drained after that Nuke loss.
Absolutely. It's such a hard thing to reset. You don't really get too much time, really, to, well, come across, well, I guess ways to reset yourself, right? You just have to know that you're going into Mirage. It's probably not going to be easy. And you've had such a golden opportunity of it, and you can see the odds reflecting that as well. Sprout back to being pretty heavily favored. We'll see, pistol start's going to do that for you.
Mirage starting to spray away. He will get the kill on towards Denislaw. Rocking will start to spam away as well, but it's Kito with the kill on the MP9. And will be a two-man advantage looking good, but Viltrex will be able to take away that one. And well, it's the man advantage on the CT side as the smokes go through it. Sirsen, everything is going this man's way at the minute. Kills with the smoke, nearly lands the wall bang as well. Looking pretty solid. The only thing that's not going the way at the minute is that they haven't got the bomb site. They're going to have to try and reclaim that. Trying to retake it off these T players.
Yeah, they got 25 seconds to do so as well, so they can play it slow, and they want to go grouped up. Kito finds one, and Raf2 does not expect Sirsen to be there as a follow-up. A little bit staggered as well, and that's probably what throws him off. Sirsen, why not get a third? And he really was the difference maker over on Nuke as well.
Yeah.
We talked about it after the first half, how Denislaw was able to have such a big impact with the op, not necessarily in the most traditional way, over on the T side for Bpro, and he's at something like 20 frags plus once we swapped halves, and Sirsen continued to one-up him.
Yeah, Sirsen was consistent was the big thing, right?
Yeah, throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, was Denislaw, he had his moments in the first half, but when they really needed him most, that's when he wasn't really there. When Sirsen was there, exactly what Sprout needed him.
Definitely. So, quick start for Sprout. Another investment from Bpro. Bomb plant doing them a lot of favors, and they're going to set their heads right towards the B bomb side. That's where there's only a sole Sprout defender. That's Mirage. He's getting good for one. Viltrex down. That's only the Mac 10, but oh, this is where the worry comes in. Bomb drop. Kito's only good for one, but again, this is buying so much time for the remaining players. Mirage, excellent job wearing through the smoke, and then himself 3 in total.
Yeah, it's like the gas has run out of the tank for Bpro.
Yeah, well, you say that the tempo is still pretty high.
No, it's still there, but it's not as successful as it was on Nuke immediately. So
they got the turbo boost.
Yeah,
going.
they have got that going.
But yeah, it's something about being able to finish it. They don't have the nitrous to really kick it into the final gear and get them over the finish line as of right now. But still early days. We've seen games turn. Nuke definitely being a case of that. Sprout off to a fine start here.
Away, that's 2 kills, they get 3, looking for a 4K, but it's not going to come through as Zix will drop him on the P250. A terrible smoke, I have to say here. And Sirius's going to walk on the other end of it. He'll take that kill, and Ziggs reloading. He's caught as well. So 5 in a row for Sprout. They'll be feeling very, very happy. And Bpro, this is their chance to finally pick up a run win. They have got an open hand of Dennis Law again. They've got the AKs across the board. Will they be able to convert it into a run win, though? It's unlikely.
That is the big question, right?
Dennis Law always takes a hit in the utility. He loves to get the open in his hands.
Yep.
I think that's a winning condition here for Bpro. They have to have him show up again.
Absolutely so. And well, Keto actually diving through the fire and the flames to get up on short here. As well to do so.
Only takes 7 damage.
Yeah, quick about it. A lot of utility being sent actually towards the top of mid here. Sprout making it a very early goal for themselves to being able to establish control here. Here we go. Raftu just completely by himself. Follow-up is way too slow, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade favoring Sprout, but just for a little bit of time. Searson wearing a little bit too far out. Faven actually getting lost in the smoke. All of a sudden, this has gone pretty haywire. Keto left his own devices. Mirabit, ooh, misses out on a golden opportunity. Nade might do the damage. Nope. Just not enough. 7 damage from that HE, so Veltric's still alive. But they know they've lost the A-bomb site. Bomb still needs to make it over there, though. It's a good flash, but they don't have any smokes to actually cover him. But default plant will do. They have spawn control.
Can do some damage. It's enough for a kill from Keto as well.
You don't see that getting spammed too often.
Even less be successful as well. Mirabit will take one back, and well, 3 HP stands between him and the round win. This Viltrix up towards Palace, so at least he has the positional area. He has the cover to play with, but that smoke is very deep.
Yeah. I guess it might cover him due to the angle.
Viltrix might actually be able to see over the top of it. No, he can't.
No, he can't. But oh, solo HP, and that's going to be the demise of him. Mirabit closes it out. And that's going to be 6 straight for Sprout. Not quite the same back and forth as we saw on Nuke. Well, I say back and forth. It wasn't really back and forth either, was it? But yes, you do look to Sprout, I guess, to potentially close this out in a little bit of a cleaner fashion than having to mount a massive comeback. Right now, though, we've seen so much positive out of the Bpro players that we can't really write them off, even if they do get off to a pretty rough start here on Mirage. 6-0, definitely not an insurmountable task. That's a great opening from Raftu. Keto, a little bit too far forward on catwalking as he tries to move into ladder room, gets caught out. Searson, obviously, though, not easy to be fooled. Expect 6 to push through that, and Mirabit, again, aggressive in B-apps. Not going to win out the duel this time either. This is going to create some rotations. Searson already in place over towards that B-bomb site, but the rest of Bpro have actually vacated the premises. It's only going to be rocking, and he has a Molotov, so he can still feign some aggression. Keep them honest, but right now it's only Searson. They put so much stock in what he can do for that team on Sprout.
Yeah.
And it's understandable because he doesn't let them down a whole lot.
It's kind of, I think the improvement that Sprout have seen is really because Searson's become more consistent. Because he was touted as this, oh my goodness, this German opera is coming through, he's really solid. And then he really wasn't, you know, like he had his moments, but a lot of the time he could be very quiet. But yeah, he's made it more consistent, and I think that's elevated Sprout's level.
It's a little bit curious when you think about that. Ooh, there we go, gets dropped, Faven. Well, we'll get back to my thought after this concludes. Damage has been done, and it's 3 fairly low players, but Raftu's still good for another kill. Seriously, you might have to actually duck out of this one. Might be too much even for you.
I love how he's just still looking at B. Oh, no. He nearly wins that fight against Raftu as well.
Yeah. Well, first round on the board for Bpro, so that's a good sign. They might be fighting back into this. But yeah, back to, I guess, the initial thought that popped into my head is the fact that, as you said, Searson's been able to find consistency, and that's a fairly recent thing in that sense, but when you look at the top level that he has, and when you look at what Big were lacking once Smooya went to the bench, that was an opera, right? Obviously, they tried the experiment of having Tabson go full op.
Yeah.
I still think he's too good of a rifler to have him stuck on the op as well. So Searson, I guess, in hindsight, would have been a pretty perfect match, again, given that the personalities mix and whatnot.
In a perfect world.
Exactly.
I think that was the thing as well. The thing that put Big off. A lot of people are saying the talking point as to why Searson doesn't go there is because he's so inconsistent. But the fact that he's finding consistency, that does get rid of one of the major problems. But it's going to be a fast play in towards the bomb site where Searson and Keto will light things up with the ops. Finally, the kill comes back in, and it's Searson who hits the deck thanks to Zix, who has had his number quite a few times across the series.
This could be a bit of a double fake if that doesn't go too aggressive, but okay, that's going to be fine as well if you can find the kill onto the Mirage. Right now, they had the opportunity to play a little bit with the strings on Sprout's side, and they're going to have a rotation over as well. That's an opening for Raftu, and he's going to take advantage of it as well. Keto and Faven. They have spotted Faven. They know he's around towards that A bomb site. He's already taken fire from 6. They have to make the bomb over there, and Dennis is so low. But down he goes.
This is falling back into the sort of old Bpro problems where they come close to winning runs, but they just can't quite get it. And well, they'll try their best. It's NCL 1v1. Keto is 45 HP with 26 seconds left on the clock into the 1v1. Bomb recovered. Keto's going to be playing from the stairs, but he's going to be really other bomb site.
This is going to be really close time-wise, though.
Yeah, super close. He's got to just full Usain Bolt this right through.
He's very lucky. But like he's very lucky the fact that Keto's on the opposite side.
Is there enough time?
I've seen this rotation so many times, and I can't remember if it's 26
is there enough time?
Oh, yeah, there is, barely. So it is 23, that's the cutoff from that area. But, oh, Keto? Okay, he's just going to swap out guns. For a second, I thought he was actually moving back from the B bomb set. That would have been wild. So he knows the angle he's coming from. Okay. Nice adjustment from Raftu. He's having a couple of big kills here. He was the one who's well, struggling the most on Nuke, not really able to find splitting over on ramp, for example. But coming up big here to net Bpro his second round. And we saw this on Train as well, because this started off with them winning pistol and then starting to fall a little bit behind. We had a 5-round streak from Sprout, and that's when we came back to the whole notion of Bpro getting so close, but not quite across the finish line. And that's when we thought Sprout would kind of take a firm grip of the game, but Bpro managed to battle back from that, so they might as well have a chance at Mirage as well. Running into a bit of a stack and dealing with it somewhat decently. Could have gone worse, I suppose. Searson only left with USP, been spotted out, and is quickly dealt with.
Well, Bpro finding a little bit of success here, 3 in a row.
It's good to see that they haven't been completely deflated.
Yeah. And they're even showing a little bit of BM there towards the end, shooting the dead bodies. So still feeling riled up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And their T side is certainly their strong suit, so we'll see if they can do more damage on this. The best case scenario here is they flawlessly win from this point and win 9-6. And come on top of that, but we're going to have to see some CT performances come in from them. Damage down onto Zix, he's dropped to 34. Well, Faven's been finished off as well. Back and forth he goes. Viltrex will take the kill. Op comes through. Searson will drop the kill. And the bomb is on the floor. Molotov heads its way in towards jungle. And that'll force Searson on towards the window, where he has to try and take another fight up against Raftu. And while Raftu forces him away, Searson's caught between a rock and a hard place, but he's harder than them both.
Immovable object. Searson is right now. Still has to deal with multiple angles. Bomb is dropped in a very convenient position for them, though. Question is, they've kind of lost track of where the remaining Bpro players are at the time. Let's see, but converging around the bomb is never a bad idea. Keep in mind, whenever this goes on to take on Windstrike, we're the ones to send Sprout down here. Oh, missed shot from Searson. That's a rarity. It's going to give them an opportunity. Rocking follows that up as well. Now it's just down to Mirage, and he's tucked away in a corner. He needs to find 2 quick kills. Molotov's going to be a bit of a nuisance. And the double peek works out perfectly for Bpro. So 4 rounds in a row, they're making a comeback out of this.
Well, the money's not in a great position for Sprout right now. It's not poor, but it's certainly not enough for a buy. So they're gonna leave some reserve cash, let that build a little bit of interest, and obviously they'll have a buy later in the future. As they have to be smart with their money. Bpro, well, they have everything they could possibly want at the moment, and they can just start to build their savings. Hit number around 11. if you are just tuning in, just take a look at the top right graphic. You can see the map pick of Bpro went their way. They nearly upset Sprout on theirs, but Sprout came back in a double overtime win on Nuke to take that one away, and we find ourselves on Mirage. Both teams are respectively, I would say, the second best in their country.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bpro the second best in Bulgaria.
Behind
Sprout the second.
Wendigo.
Yeah, Sprout the second best in Germany. It's arguable at this point.
I mean, Big are a little bit in a experimental phase right now. They're not even playing with their full lineup, but they had a pretty decent showing today, beating Hellraisers at the very least, so they've made it through to their decider game.
I guess Sprout can say they're the best full German, right?
Yeah, that's a given.
Well, rotation coming in from Sprout over towards the A-bomb site. It's the right call here. As Bpro are gathering their forces outside of the A-bomb site itself, and well, Molotov goes towards Speedy. He's stuck on the ladder and he's being forced away. And the rest of the Bpro team are coming right in. It's a fireball coming right through, and Speedy finally will go towards the top of the ladder. He walks away with one kill, but the kill's coming through for the T side.
Well, let's see what Cersei can do here. Absolutely nothing. He gets caught out. Raftu's checking every corner in this game. Mirage, again, alone. Not much of a chance of doing a whole lot.
So 6-5. Sprout have let the start kind of fizzle out a little bit here. They have looked pretty solid at the beginning, and then sort of just let it all go. And Bpro has started to build that momentum that we know can be a very potent force.
We've seen that before as well. Go back to train. It feels like an eternity ago, but this is where we find ourselves. So maybe it's going to stay alive, but doesn't get anything for it outside of holding on to his Kevlar in 5-7. It's going to be another buy-in for Sprout. Now then, Bpro, again, keeping a pretty high tempo here for the better part of their T side. It's been a common theme so far. They're finding success with it yet again. So they're much better, from what we've seen, at making adjustments for their T side, even if they're doing it at a quick pace than... oh, seriously. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But yes, so far the adaptations, even though it's quick paced from Bpro, have been a lot better on the T side than the CT side.
Denislaw scoped in towards the connector, has his teammate below to assist if they want to try and take control of that. And Searson is the man at the top that they would need to challenge. And well, he has been the shining light, like you said, for Sprout. And if you can isolate him or find a way to eliminate him early in rounds, then that'll certainly make things a little bit easier. But look at Keto. He's got a good angle up towards the apartments. He gets so much information off of this. Usually good for a kill as well. With a minute left on the clock, rotation coming in from Bpro. This has to be a kill from Keto, and he has to fall away.
Spots the gun barrel, so he's aware, he's prepared. Gets the first one.
He falls back into the site, the second connected as well. Good stuff, it's 3 for Keto. He goes for the jumping shot, not landing that one. At least Mirabit's here to help. And with Zix taking away Mirabit, Keto is looking for his core kill. Incredible hold coming in towards the B-bomb site as the bomb hits the floor. It's Keto with the core kill. Great hold as Sprout will get back to winning ways.
There you have it. That's exactly what Sprout needed to finally break the streak of Bpro. 4K from Keto on that secondary op. So not Searson, but still ops doing a whole lot of work for them.
That was just really well played from Keto.
Yeah, good repositioning between every shot.
The initial info picked up, able to fall away safely.
Yeah, it's to the point where, like, even if you were to get into a position where he does fall after you're just getting the first, he's found information early enough for a rotation to come into place.
Oh, that is really risky from Viv, and he's going to be crouch walking towards ramp, and well, Denislaw just sort of doing his normal job of peeking slowly out towards the A-bomb site, spots him, takes the kill, man advantage for Bpro. And that's as easy as they come. No answer from Sprout. They're not really in a position to be able to trade, so Bpro have control of this. Speedy sits inside of the connector. Looks over the top of the smoke, but it's Bpro who want to commit in towards A. They've stacked most of their forces over here. They one up inside of Palace. They have a few outside of the A ramp, and well, Rocky's just being the linchpin, trying to cut off those rotations from the chair.
Absolutely.
That'll be Spitty taking away one kill. Seriously able to find another. He'll be looking for another more, but he's under a lot of pressure to fire in below him. But it's actually the AK that will finish him off, and it is a 3v3 with 36 seconds left. The bomb will get planted.
Now open for CT spawn, but Keto's not going to move forward. Now the big question is how they deal with Mirage coming in from behind.
Well,
not
they're
well.
not going to deal with him. He's going to deal with them. Kill comes in as Raf2 will hit the deck. It's on Dennis Law and Zix. And while Zix steps up well, first headshot's connected. He looks back over towards Ramp and he sprays away. Good headshot. Dennis Law combines, and it's 7-6.
They're doing it. Bringing it right back, and that is obviously, well, that spells disaster for Sprout. They still have money on 4 out of the 5 players. Keto's immediately going to go to a UMP. So the reinvestment is there, but this could very easily mean that Bpro can win up the half here. And started so rough. It was 6-0 down. Seemed like they were out of breath. Right now, though, making it happen once again. So seemingly no end and no quit to this Bpro team. Whatever worries we had about them potentially feeling down about Nuke, he's not really coming into play. Keto still going to be good for 1 here. Actually make that 2. Doing a great job here on this V-hold. Now his teammates coming in from every angle. Searson, Speedy combining to find 1, and that leaves Rocking all by his lonesome. 89 HP, so still has that working for him, but no utility and every eye from the sky watching him.
One minute.
Well, picked up a Molotov.
14 bullets as well, but the pressure was really building there, and then Searson just completely destroys it.
Yeah.
Headshot through the wall. 8-6. They win the half already, but there's a good chance for 8-7 here.
Keto being able to find 2 here is so big. He's been excellent over towards this B-bomb site for the better part of it. When it hasn't been Searson, a lot of the weight has been on Keto's shoulders. Doing very well for himself. Searson at 18. I think he's at 64 frags for the turf first maps, so...
Yeah, I think this might be the best performance of the tournament so far.
Yeah. If this goes long enough, he could actually breach 100 over 3 maps. And again, this position goes unchecked. As we see,
with gimmicky angle as well.
Yeah, straddle out doesn't work. Oh, actually, Speedy gets a tank as he falls down there onto 6. Fabian's still alive.
He sprays away. Awkward engagement, but Searson will be there to reply. It's still a 3v3. Looking for another, and there it is. It's actually Keto steals that one away. And while Zix is so low, he has to run. The bomb's not in their control.
This is the big thing, right? Rocking. He's been a constant lurk on this map and a constant nuisance. He's got to find the big hitter in Searson. Down for the count, picks up an op, doesn't take damage either. Now it's all about what he can do. They kind of need to get the bomb here. 6 manages barely to retrieve it. Oh, Mirabit, I thought you might have been able to spot the head there when you stood up, but...
Zix has a small head, he can't see it.
Yeah.
Neither of them can see each other.
They're going to have to let Rocking set the pace here.
He knows there's a possibility at this point. He knows he's there. It's just a moment of time.
There is a flash and a Molotov on Rocking as well. Oh, he's seen it. He knows.
Oh, there we go. Headshot comes in. It's the bomb on the floor, but Rocking knows where he is.
It was in his scope. There you go. Gets the information.
Oh, the smoke comes in. That's well played, but the Molotov goes in behind it. Mirabit comes off. He goes outside of the ramp. 19 seconds. Rocky has to go. He has to play for elimination. He gets caught by Mirabit. A 9-6 half from Sprout. Pretty good recovery after a little bit of a comeback from Bpro.
Absolutely.
And, well, it's competitive. It's 9-6. It's good to see Bpro have not fallen flat.
Definitely so, and we'll see how they get on with it on their CT side. That was obviously the downfall of their nuke. Otherwise, we could have been on our merry way home already if they were to close it out 2-0 in that fashion. Keep in mind, whoever loses this map, they're out. Done.
Yeah.
No chances of qualifying for New York.
And both teams deserve to go further with the way they're playing as well, which is...
Yeah, absolutely. Very big difference from what we saw, I guess, in the initial list. Well, to be fair to Bpro, they did put up quite the effort versus Optic, I'd say. But on the side of Sprout, they didn't look too convincing as they fell to Windstrike. But again, Windstrike not looking... well, they definitely had improvements from what we've seen in the past as well.
Yep. Well, the odds certainly looking like they favor Sprout in this one from GG.Bet. But it's going to be a push from Sprout in towards the B-bomb side. Smoke for short, that'll cover off the vision of Rocking, but he's still got the angle and he's still trying to tap. But it's Dennis Law who will take first blood, but he's overwhelmed as Keto and Spitty will chime together to take him away. And it's a 4v4 with the bomb planted. The Germans look in control.
Yeah, they also have Mirage as a bit of a fail-safe way back in B-apps, just in case there were to be any sort of rotations through underpass. Not to be the case, but doesn't really seem to matter. Now he's all on his own.
That's a massacre coming right through. It's all on Mirage up towards the apartments, taking damage. The defuse is through. There's no way he gets that. And that'll be the pistol pick out for Bpro. 9-7. They needed that pistol win, and they've got it.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for Bpro. Getting off to a good start and finally being able to get a pistol round. Maybe they can get off to a hot 6-0 start like we saw Sprout did on their first half. Definitely looking to start things off by winning versus the, I guess, mediocre investment on the side of Sprout. They've decided not to opt too heavy into this. Obviously, you want the op and enhance the seriousness as quickly as possible. So it's going to be predominantly Deagles, some light Kevlar, and a P250 on Spitty. There's no utility on either for the German side, so can't really expect too much of them. They might just have to rely on pure manpower. Or to get a bomb plant down.
Taking the time. Thing is, at this point, utility would cause massive problems for Sprout on the CT side. Luckily, there's no Molotovs in Bpro, so if they are to go together, at least there's no Molotov to separate the group, so they can move forward as a unit. There are nades, and there is some players with no Kevlar, so that might be a bit of a problem moving forward. But I've put 3 players over towards A, 2 inside the middle.
Yeah. Right now, Bpro are pretty well equipped in terms of positioning to deal with this. There's only Rocking over towards the B-bomb site. 2 players get spotted out in mid. So they can safely assume what's about to happen. But Dennis Law actually goes down on the repick. And also, Keto and Sirson combining to find a couple. But 6 swings in at the right time to find 4 kills from jungle.
Yeah, the savior of Bpro. 4 kills collected and racked away. There's going to be 9 to it. It's going to be a very close and competitive affair, but finally we'll get to see a buy come in from Sprout in the second half. It's going to be a Mac 10 in the hands of Mirabit. High mobility. It's generally a pretty good weapon for getting that info and just sort of trying to open up a bomb site. You can move through and be a really annoying target to try and hit for the CT side.
Yeah, exactly. You can be the perfect guy to jump across an angle, allows, for example, Sirson on an op, if you were to pick that up, to get into a better angle, give him that little bit of extra time to adjust his aim. Also, basically take away any sort of focus on an area. It seems now, though, Sprout taking a timeout just to kind of figure things out, what they want to do. I would imagine Sirson goes back on the op because he's been so dominant with it.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, they should know, given the economy on this side of Bpro, that they're not going to be able to get one in their own hands. But he's actually going to opt for the SG.
I mean, he's shown he's pretty good with that as well. So.
Absolutely. Doesn't fully buy up, though, in terms of utility. Doesn't actually get a nade or an HE. And Keto's out of the race already. That was quick. 4-man stack over towards A to remove the lurk on the side of Sprout.
It's like Bpro didn't really get the memo that the CT side's the defensive side.
Yeah. Just kind of running about and look at Raftu.
Oh, wow. He's in spawn, but not really going to work for him. Favin has got him. And Mirabit's already on the B-bomb side. This is exactly what we talked about. The Mac 10 can get in, close personal, cause problems, and, well, he's not finding a kill just yet, but he's certainly giving them anxiety about this bomb site. He will get dropped though, Spitty able to take the kill. Headshot comes through, the follow-up is there as well onto Rocking. And Favin, Sirson, and Speedy, they'll come in towards the B-bomb site. They'll lock it down, and, well, Bpro too far away to deal with this, really. Dennis Law is the closest player. His teammate's still in the A-bomb site.
Yeah, if you can find 1 kill here, though, that does buy them a little bit of leeway. It needs to come in quick. There is a diffuse kit on Dennis Law, but as we said, you don't have all the time in the world to play with. Still AGs and Molotovs too. Just want to sneak up on close on the bomb side, and the timing doesn't favor them. Sirson, double kill with the ESG, so it doesn't need an op to be effective here. 22 kills. If he gets 12 more, trying to think here. No, actually, he needs to end up on 33. So if he gets 11 more, he's at 100 for the best of 3.
That is pretty incredible. That's like
that
simple numbers.
Yeah.
To be fair, he has had a pretty long game on the second one.
Yeah, no, it did extend a fair bit, but
it's like that game, Simple, dropping like 50 kills on Mirage against Force.
Yeah, that was with Cats, right?
Yeah.
That was right before actually Force ended up winning the Chicago qualifier.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's like, well, if that's happened to us, we can survive through anything.
Now then, back at it again we go. It's labored by from Bpro. 2 scouts, FAMAS, and Eagle. Eagle's put to work early. Follow-up as well is going to work out. Raftu, you've taken a lot of damage from that. Yeah.
He's kind of shaking his head in disappointment.
It's like, why is that a thing? But he still made it through, though, and he's still in for a kill.
Yeah, nearly. Not
still
the
works
kill
out.
there. Eventually he does get it, and Searson, well, he's got to show what he's made of. He has to show us his skill set with this SG, and he's about to walk through. There's a player right there, and that's awkward. Well,
there's like, what are you doing here?
It's like, hello. Get on. But the headshot comes through. It's 10-9.
And that was a not the intended buy that Bpro expected to come back into this on. Oh man, I'm surprised they didn't hear Rafto getting tagged up so many times by the Molotov though in ladder room.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of strange. Perhaps they thought he fell back in the window. Maybe that was a possibility. But even then, you can jump back through. But
at least look in the direction, right? But people are going to be happy about that. Get a couple of free guns, cheaper buy, and that's good considering their economy right now. Also sent Sprout back into not the greatest of situations. That's a nice trade there from Faven. Span through the smoke's not going to net Raftu anything, and 6 is already gone.
Well, this is going to be the Bpro team surrounding the B-bomb site, but the bomb has been planted, and it's looking pretty good for the retake, though, as Rocky has got that kill on the Spitty. What comes in from Raftu, and while Mirabit and Favin, the last 2 remaining members, but Mirabit's in the connector.
It's not planted for him, though. That's the issue.
I mean, no, they're looking at it anyway. Favin, the last player alive, 1v4, absolutely no chance. But he can save a Galil and Kevlar, so
something.
At least there's something. And they get a bomb plant in a round that probably shouldn't have really got too much done in. So 10-10, they get the bomb plant, they get the money in. They can again compete. And it's much more, it's a sea of blue this time. It's a little bit more balanced.
A lot more balanced. This is more to what we expect really out of out of the Counter-Strike game. Not quite like Nuke.
There are 2 sides, you know.
Yeah, they struggled to really find their footing on their CT set of Nuke, which is weird, but it has led us here, and so far it's a close contest. See if anybody can actually run away with it. Searson aggressive in mid, peeks through the smoke. The tempo here from Sprout is quite different from what we've seen on both Train and Nuke. This time, surely you check Keto. Oh,
Eesh.
6. Unfortunate with the timing.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. Man advantage is there for Sprouts. They've been pretty good at converting off the back of these early picks as well. We'll see if that is the case moving forward, but Mirabit, he's going to let it go. The bomb is on the A-bomb side. It's attempted to get planted, and it's a lineup for Raftu. He gets 2.
Faven still going to find 1 trade. Takes significant damage for it, though. And is still trapped inside of Apps. Searson holding on the angle through Murder Hole, seeing if there's any sort of rotation through jungle, but that's not going to be the case. They're all in CT spawn, and they know they've dropped the bomb.
That lineup couldn't have been more perfect for him either.
Yeah.
Spitty not even in vision, just behind the box.
It's like, what happened there? Well, we're going to need some movement out of Searson, and we have.
On the bomb, it's being brought back. Do they want to go for it again? It's the tap. They're going to be looking for the peak. It's not coming through just yet. No information gathered other than there's shots inside of CT. That's pretty much a given. There's Rocky with a peak. Very fast indeed, and Favin's finished off. Searson has to make it happen. Quick flick. 2 more players to find. Low time. Neat comes through, but he's dropped from connector. Rocky makes the right call, and that is 11-10.
Well handled from Bpro right there. You can tell they were starting to doubt themselves a little bit. You had Rocking checking out over towards B, and there you see the lineup. It's exactly what you want if you're Bpro.
He was aware of it as well. He knew he was going to be a player there.
You heard the tap of the bomb earlier, so you knew you could just commit to it fully. Works out really nicely for them as well, and it also puts Sprout in a bit of an awkward position. So Faven, because he saved the Galil in 2 rounds before, he's going to have extra amount of cash, but it's not really a whole lot to go around on the rest of the players. So they probably have to swallow a bitter pill here. have a bit of a half buy, maybe invest into some utility and pistols and see where that takes them. But Bpro in a perfect position to get to 12.
But how many times have we seen them get to these stages of a game where they are favored to win it and then they just let it go?
Absolutely.
Way too many times, I'm afraid. And well, you're going to take positives from this tournament no matter what.
Yep.
But if you end up still losing this, you know what you have to fix, and it's closing out games.
Yeah, and specifically CT side on Nuke.
Yep, specifically that. That's one thing you have to learn.
Yeah. But for a team that hasn't really played that a whole lot, the map, again, one recorded map on HLTV.
They look good in the T side.
Exactly.
But it was very basic on the T side as well. It's just...
They were fast.
Yeah, they were so fast. There wasn't... I didn't really see too many in-depth executes or... It felt like they didn't even use the outside smokes that much.
No, I mean, that's one of the, I guess, the difference makers, right? We saw a couple of rounds where they would set up the close smoke for T-Red and work off of that. Then they would also have Rocking working around the smokes of the CTs at times. Outside of that, just dropping on top of main roof and see if you could collapse on the inner bomb site. But the inner execute was obviously very well thought through. They had all the smokes and utility set in place for to make that a pretty reliable execute time and time again. And outside of that, you can do a lot with just brute force on a map like Nuke if you have the tempo. We saw Mirage playing that ramp area alone pretty much the entirety of the half, and that gets abused a lot by teams. So if he's not able to get multiple kills, the swing down to ramp is so quick, and if you still have all your utility, it's going to be tough for CTs to get back into it. A bit of an extended pause. Not really sure what the holdup is. It's not a tactical timeout at this stage. So there's some typing going back and forth. Maybe it's Sprout asking, like, where did you guys come from? How did this happen? Like,
how are you so fast?
Yeah.
Where did you get these shoes, man?
I've got Nikes.
Are you a Nike fan or more of an Adidas fan?
I mean, the 4 pairs of shoes I'm wearing often, I suppose, is Adidas.
Okay.
But I have nothing against Nike in that sense.
I feel like they're both equal for me.
Yeah.
It just depends on what I want to wear.
Yeah. Like when it comes to football shoes,
as in soccer, football, or American football?
Actual football.
Okay, real football.
Yeah. I oftentimes ended up with Adidas shoes simply because they had real leather. Nike usually had these like very lightweight shoes. Like this was when what's it called, Vapor, I think?
Yeah.
When that was like the hot stuff on the scene, but
Mercurials and...
Yeah, exactly. I had one pair of those and they were light, but they wasn't as comfy as the Adidas.
My toe went right through every pair of one of those I got. And it's going to be Viltrex aggressive in towards the apartments. He's got 1 kill onto Keto, but Rocky steps up as well, and it's a massacre. A Bulgarian massacre to be exact, and well, Faven, he will answer back. He'll pick up a few scraps.
6? 4x3? In a big way. He did not spot the player over towards window, but I guess that gives Faven a bit of a false sense of security, and down he goes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Speedy.
Is he going to find further rotation? Look for the rotation first.
It's a good chance here, but he only gets 1. I don't know what the best call. I think he made the right call in the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the biggest chance of surviving, right? Because if he just strafes past the window, he's dead, 100%. Bpro now favored here by GG.Bet. Just kind of every time we see it, it's been reversed with a fair bit of margin. It's never been really close in the odds, but there's always a different team in the lead, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, no, I definitely think Speedy makes the right call there to nab the player in kitchen unawares, and if you can get the connection onto the last remaining player on site, then he's within a chance. So here's some back on the op. 10 kills to go if he wants to make it to 100 in this best of 3 series.
Well, Dennis Law
Missed his first opportunity.
Indeed he does, and he'll have to fall away because of that.
It's not a whole lot of grenades left on the side of Sprout though here. Yeah. You're going to have to rely on someone like Searson to find an opening here. You have a Molotov and 1 smoke, but that's it. So even if you do get a bomb plant down, if you are pretty much even numbers, holding the CT side back when they set up for a retake could be really, really tough.
Yeah. Searson has 1 shot, 1 opportunity here
to seize everything he ever wanted. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, that's the big line from that one. I would love some spaghetti right now. It's been a long day.
Well, we'll see if it comes closer to an end. Smoke for jungle is going to come down. That's the last smoke Sprout had available. Look at how passive Bpro are being. They're seemingly so content of allowing a bomb plant to happen. So he's just going to get out through the smoke, though. That might put a bit of a wrench in the system. That definitely does. Keto follows up with 2. And even though there's a return here, this has gone horribly wrong for Bpro.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Rocking away towards T-spawn, it's going to be 12-11, and this is the game that keeps on giving. Really hard to see an end in this one. It's not really a... You would think from seeing Bpro's playstyle that it was a sprint. But it's more so a marathon for these two teams right now in this series.
It's been quite crazy.
Yeah, every Bpro game seems to be a really close one. Because honestly, when I seen this, they were in the tournament, and I was like, okay, we should have a pretty quick one here as our opening matchup. Optic should take care of business. And they just didn't. And it seems like that's a common factor. Bpro, a team that you should never really underestimate. They'll always have a close game. They'll always make it hard. Dennis Law has completely dropped off a cliff in comparison to his performance on Nuke, though. He had 30+ kills, and now has it. So, yeah, definitely a bit quiet there.
Yeah, not so much the case with Searson. He's still delivering at a very high level. See how long it lasts. If it can maintain for the rest of the game.
Ooh, Searson takes a lot of damage there. Dropped to 8 HP. And with Searson looking down the barrel, it will be up towards the ticket. Within 25 seconds.
This is a big, big round for Bpro. They're completely broke if they were to lose this one. 6 is the one advancing his chances aggressively here. It does have Moss, not the ideal weapon. Spitty gets the better angle too.
Well, Vivian is up towards the Palace position. Raftu going through ramp. Players and Sprout coming back over here with the bomb. Raftu is going to be sitting there close and personal. FAMAS definitely can get this done, especially with the low HP player peeking first. And there it is. Can he get the lineup? The answer is no. Speedy's there with the instantaneous trade that will keep Sprout ahead in terms of the men. And it will be flanking play towards CT here for Dennis Law. He's completely blinded as about 4 flashbangs just came towards his face in 1 second. And he will try to get over with 30 seconds. The bomb has been planted. And this is going to be so difficult. They're all coming back in from CT.
They're going to need to boost up or something to find any way into this. They might just give up on that idea entirely right off the bat. So they know what's at stake. They know that they're better off than risking all these weapons. But Keto is on the hunt already, but gets taken out by Dennis Law. So this should be a save coming in from Bpro, where they get to keep a fair few weapons up. Rocking actually going to get aggressive instead of waiting for Favid. So doesn't have the element of surprise, really. 12-12, but at least you have the op. And Dennis Law, we've seen him being able to come alive at certain points in the games, regardless if you had a slow start. There's still a hope. After right there, only being good for 1. I say only, it's a difficult position. What they really needed, though, was that 16 elusive HP to be removed from Spitty. Yeah, could have been what they needed.
I think at this point, this type of game just comes down to really small margins. You know, you'll get to a certain point where a small mistake is going to cost you a whole lot when you come into this. And Bpro are going to start to send multiple players towards underpass. They'll try and source the information, but there's literally not a single player here from Sprout. All 5 of them over towards the A-bomb site, and there's currently only 1 player there on the CT side, and that's Viltrex. Luckily, he's one of the players that has a rifle. He's got an AK. So if there is a player to have some impact, it'll be him.
There's a pretty significant gap as well if they want to go for catwalk angled plant here too. They're a little bit slow to actually make it out. But in the end they go, and he's being passed.
He's not got the lineup.
Just a little bit off. nade's going to be good, though.
Yeah, if he sprays away again here, he might be able to drop him, but it's Searson holding off the flank. Rocking hits the deck. Faven gets the info. There are players encroaching on his position, and he's got that headshot with Viltrex still trying to do his best with the AK. He's been dinged up from afar, and Faven takes the kill. And one more player is inside of Palace, and Faven needs to be careful, and he gets that one as well. 3 for him. Dennis Law, he's been very quiet, and
Faven's angry.
yeah, he is. He's done with that. And so is Dennis Law, over towards B.
Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with that, really. Understandably so. It's a tough retake, and I feel like we're getting into similar territory. Oh, yeah, that's hard to deal with if you're Dennis Law, an entire Sprout team coming after you with flashes and whatnot. But it feels like it's a bit of a similar trend as to what we saw in Nuke on the CT side of Bpro. Now, Sprout have found out that they've found a weakness over towards that A bomb site, and they continue to abuse it. We'll see if Bpro start to either acting proactively by going aggressively towards the B apps to find some more map information early on, or if they actually just want to blindly stack towards A to see if they can deal with it. Because right now the executes of Sprout are just seemingly too strong.
Well, there's Searson taking away Viltrex, second coming in as well. And if you're Searson, you'll want every single one of those peaks every day of the week. They're the easiest kills you'll pick up. And there might be a third one coming his way.
Might be turning away, though, from middle. So at least he gets that information to work with. The only problem is that, well, you have Mirage making his way out on the B bomb side, and he's cleared that entirety of space. So it's going to be a bomb plant, most likely, unless Dennis Law can actually get into the backs of it. But he seemingly thinks it's A. Actually makes a second thought of it with no action coming in. Rocking gets a bit of a nasty surprise, and it's very much looking like a Sprout round once again. So 14 on the cards here. Sprout, we'll see if they have issues closing this one out. Looking pretty strong so far, and I think Dennis Law is, well, about to hit a bit of a snag. 6 finds 1, but, oh, actually, that sends Keto packing into a different position, and that's going to allow for Dennis Law to have a retreat path. So funnily enough, that kind of works out for him. It is at the cost of Six's life, but I guess you take what you can get in this scenario.
Well, Sprout, they only need 2 more here to take the victory, to eliminate Bpro from the tournament and get over this long and drawn-out game that I'm sure they'll be very happy about getting a win under their belt. Bpro, though, still not done. Still kicking. Sprout can still very easily let go of this one. And we've seen comebacks happen in this series already. It looks sure that Bpro are going to lock themselves in another spot at this tournament to stay in it. And that Sprout would be, I was going to say going home, but they are at home at the minute. Just logging off the computer and being eliminated from the tournament.
Not going further.
There we go.
Oh, Searson. Okay, actually missing a shot. That's the first.
Yeah, he doesn't miss too often. It will be a 4v4, but the weapons again are just massively favoring the Sprout side at this point.
Damage's been good though. Keto's down to 25 HP, so that's going to make the pistols a lot better. Oh, Rocking looking away from the angle just at the wrong time. Mirbit's constantly been on the opposite side of where the remainder of Sprout has been. Keeping the CT side of Bpro honest. Speaking of being all over the place, you've got Raftu yet again on another mission. Fact-finding towards T-spawn. Hasn't really found too much just yet, but if there's no more movement here on the Sprout side, he might get the back of 2 players. Spots 1.
Oh. Is this going to be one of those cases where you just don't get any? But nope, you'll get both.
Easy.
That is beautiful. 2 kills.
Mirbit's down to 9 HP as well.
Oh no, this is absolutely horrible for Sprout. This could be a nightmare scenario. This could be the one that costs them the game. They need to be careful. Faven's going to take a headshot. Zix hits the deck. And Faven looks to be the man, to be the hero for Sprout. Well, there's a player top mid, but he's about to walk into Viltrex, and there's the kill. Viltrex finds it, and it's on to Mirage. 1v2, 9 HP, 25 seconds. Luckily, the smoke will shroud him, and he's able to get into the connector, still alive. It starts to fade, though. Maybe needs to be careful. Viltrex is looking the wrong way. That's the kill, but they know exactly where he is. He's walked right into the open, and that's Raftu with the kill. 14-13, and this game just keeps on giving.
keeps on giving, never stops. And finally, we see some return on the investment from Bpro from going aggressively down towards those 8 pits. They've done it twice, no, 3 times already. And all they've gotten is a single kill with all of that. But this definitely makes up for it. Nicely done from Raptor. It's so easy to get flustered in those kind of situations and completely fumble that second shot. He stays cool, brings it back for Bpro. Double ops actually being in play this time.
Yeah, well, Rocking looks up towards the apartments. Can't really see too much because of the fire and the smoke in behind it. So, slower approach from Sprout. They don't want to make him error. They don't want to give space to the CT side. And Flash goes in. Searson was trying to put pressure towards Connector, but Dennis slows there with the AWP. Flash goes over the top of the stairs. Viltrex, he's been in this position quite a few times. He's had a lot of impact from this position as well. Yeah. I'm just interested to see if Sprout know that and they realize it's something that they have to be aware of.
It's kind of difficult to deal with because you need to swing so wide on balcony in order to get an angle for it. So you're open from both jungle, stairs, and spawn. It's not going to be the first place you look into.
Well, Favorite is towards the ramp. 50 seconds. Sprout, they've got the bomb just towards the outside of Connector. They'll start to move up as a unit and try and take this A-bomb site. Yep. Smokes off for jungle. Dennis Law should be getting 1 kill here. Unless a flash comes in and it's perfect. He should be having 1 kill. Flash is not good. There's the kill.
Oh, Viltrex not able to actually capitalize on the positioning, but Dennis Law getting into it and bomb getting denied too.
Oh my god, Dennis Law with another one as well. It's on Mirabit. 1v2, 3 for Dennis Law. Pressure on for Mirabit to stop this from becoming 14-14 as Mirabit starts to go towards the CT position. 10 seconds on the clock. He has to play for elimination. At this point, he could just hide Rocking, but he takes the kills. It's 14-14, and 2 for each side is what it will take. Could this be another overtime?
It very well could be. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of money on the side of Sprout. They're still going to be able to buy up, though. But if they run out here, ooh, they're in for a, rough surprise. They will have some loss bonus, so can get that a bomb plant. That might be do the trick. Oof, both teams on the very edge here. 14-14, money's not looking good on either side.
It's been so back and forth.
But finally, Bpro are able to actually answer some of the AA executes from B-Sprout, not from Sprout.
It's got
B-Sprout. Yeah,
it's got to that point. It's got to that point.
Interchangeable at this stage. They're so closely matched.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a weird decision for Keaton. He walks right towards Sandwich, and well, the kills come in from the CT side. It's going to be map point for Bpro, but something that they haven't been able to do when they hit that is win the follow-up. So, could be an overtime coming right up, and Sprout could still win this.
Well, look at this, though. Bomb's gone down, but look at the long rotation. Oh, Searson missing a shot. That could be the decider. That could be all.
Mirabit again in this situation.
He's in the right spot, at least, to deal with the first one, but he probably doesn't expect a double rotation to come in through this.
Low HP player faces first, but he's looking for the second. He nearly gets it, but Viltrex takes the kill, and it's map point for Bpro. Gaming.
B-Sprout.
B-Sprout. I think that should be their new name, honestly. It's better.
It's got a ring to it. Oh, the CT side pick up the AWP as well, so that's going to be able to be passed on to Dennis Law. And while he has been quiet for the better part of the game, he really came up big in the previous round. That's all you want out of him.
Oh, the money is so poor for Sprout right now.
Yeah, but they did get the bomb plant at the very least.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. But that's not really the most hopeful thought you can have going into what could be the deciding. Well, it is going to be the deciding round of the entire game, and it does decide your fate. Sprout could be going out in the elimination game.
To Bpro.
To Bpro. Definitely not what we expected. We came into this expecting a 2-0 victory for Sprout. They've been playing so well online. They've been doing very well for themselves. A team on rising form.
I was expecting my bed at the minute, however. That's how I expected this one to go.
I mean, I think both teams probably would have expected something to that extent at this stage.
Perhaps not Bpro. They seem to have a fire in them, which is good.
Yeah, no, they're having fun. I mean, you're getting into gamer hours, right? It's 1:30 here in Ukraine.
I mean, this is normal. Everyone's done this.
Yeah, exactly. Just a casual night of gaming. But a little bit more on the line for these two teams than what it usually is for us when we play.
Yeah.
Keep in
It's
mind.
just fluctuating between global and supreme, global and supreme.
Actually playing matchmaking.
There we go.
That is. Oof.
I mean, that seems to be the only thing Hugo plays.
That is, yeah. I mean, some people like to punish themselves, I suppose.
It's terrible. It's not a fun experience.
It really isn't. And freeze time about to, well, timeout is about to run out, and not really full buy-in yet. Everybody eventually buying up on the side of Sprout.
Well, they've got AKs on 2 players at least. A Krieg in the hands of Mirabit, UMPs on the rest. Lack of utility though. Grenade goes in, Grit nade as well. Early damage done, and Keto is not wasting any time. Straight away, in towards the B-bomb site. He's got one, but the trade comes in. It's rocking with that kill. Can he find more as they come in towards his position from short? The spray comes in. That's the bomb on the floor towards short. And Speedy moves forward. It's Searson with the kill. The Raptor doing enough. Speedy answers back, but again, it's a 2v1. Searson, he's been so good for Sprout. He has to win the 1v2 to keep his team alive. And it's not going to happen. It's a 16-14 win for Bpro. And they get it done here. They will progress in the tournament and eliminate Sprout.
That's a bit of a shocker, and what a way to do it as well. I mean, woof. Bpro kept surprising us, and they didn't fall flat after Nuke. They, just kept going at it. I would have expected an inexperienced team like this to basically lose their spirits and kind of fizzle away when we get to Mirage, especially when you have a 6-0 start for Sprout as well.
Yeah, especially the way they lost Nuke, because in the way that they lost it, they had such a great start in the T-side, right? And then had to just go to double overtime. You think, okay, there's another chance for them to perhaps win this. Then they lose in double overtime. They come in, they're getting battered on Mirage at the start, like you said, by Sprout. But they come right back in, and they've shown they've got that mental fortitude, and they kept getting better each game as well.
Yeah, they definitely did, and we get to see different players step up. I think throughout Mirage, Raftu has to be one of the MVPs for his side. I mean, if it's aggressive flanks or if it's just vital kills and at the right time that does it for them, he had it all, and he really got them back on a winning track on the CT side where they were struggling a lot to figure out what Sprout was doing. Yeah,
so Bpro, I think, are the surprise of this tournament. They made it through the open qualifier. They're here and they're not out yet. They didn't go out at the first hurdle. It's actually Sprout who fall, and Bpro will live to fight another day. But tomorrow we've got more Counter-Strike, so make sure you tune in at the same time tomorrow. We've got some more best of threes coming up, so join us then.